Hello everyone, my name is Serena Ujagar, and my current topic presentation is about the benefits of practicing Qigong on older adults. So I know many of you are wondering, what is Qigong? Well, it is a Chinese word that consists of two characters. The first portion is Qi, which can be defined as an energy that underlies all human life processes. And Gong is the practice of developing control over this energy. Similar to Tai Chi, Qigong is considered to be a meditative movement practice. Traditional Chinese medicine regards Qi in every aspect of health and disease. For instance, there are certain organ-specific Qi that is meant to be practiced in order to obtain certain health benefits. There are various components to Qigong. The first component is that it is a mind-body skill. It requires an individual to be able to connect their movements with their mind and trains the various sensory systems. The second component of Qigong is breath regulation, which is executed through taking slow, long, and deep breaths. Finally, Qigong places an emphasis on mind regulation because it requires focus and visualization similar to meditation. An article on this topic that sparked my interest was titled "Using Qigong to Manage COVID-19 in Older Adults." It was published about a year ago in News Medical, and it was by Dr. Luigi Thomas. So it's safe to say that we all know the impact that COVID has had on the world. And as of 2020, it was reported that the virus affected around 5.4 million individuals. The disease trends indicate that the most critical cases are among older adults and individuals with pre-existing medical conditions. And at the time that the article was published, a vaccine was not available. So researchers were investigating other means of managing COVID. In China, traditional medicine and Qigong were noted to actually help control the spread of COVID. Additionally, in the article, it was mentioned that Qigong is suitable for the elderly due to the use of smooth and gentle movements. However, it is important for older adults to consult with a medical professional for engaging in any kind of new physical activity, including Qigong. This form of exercise has been shown to reduce stress due to the meditation-induced physiological changes, such as decreased levels of stress hormones, reducing reactivity to negative thoughts, and regulating the level of reactivity of the hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal axis in the autonomic nervous system. It could also change the function of various brain areas related to inflammation and stress, and enhance a feeling of control. It strengthens respiratory muscles, especially the diaphragm. Additionally, it reduces inflammation by lowering the IL-6 and increased IL-10 levels, which are pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory, respectively. Also, it enhances immune function by increasing the number and activity of both specific and non-specific immune cells. Previous studies have demonstrated that Qigong decreased the incidence of respiratory infections after completing the exercise for 2 years. Other beneficial outcomes of Qigong include treatment of painful musculoskeletal disorders, strengthening muscles, and relieving pain. It has also been associated with improvements in mental health, such as psychological disorders, mood disorders, and cognitive impairment. So due to all the health benefits that Qigong contains, I decided to conduct some further research on this topic. So one article that I found was titled "Physical and Psychological Effects of Qigong Exercise in Community Dwelling Older Adults." This was published in 2018 in the geriatric nursing, In the introduction, it was noted that approximately 90% of individuals that are 80 years or older have balance impairment. Additionally, it was noted that depression and anxiety are associated with limited functional capacity. And due to the effect that Qigong has on physical ability and balance on Chinese older adults, the researchers wanted to discover the impact it contained on US community dwelling older adults. For the participants, they included 45 community dwelling older adults, with the average age being around 75. And the intervention was a 1-hour health Qigong exercise class that was attended twice a week for a duration of 8 weeks. Baseline demographics were obtained from the participants, including age, gender, race, education, marital status, social economic status, coexisting medical conditions, their weekly physical activity, and their home living status. And multiple assessments were used to measure physical ability, functional health, balance, depression, anxiety, and spiritual well-being. Physical ability was evaluated by the 6MWT, which measures the distance walked on a hard, flat surface in 6 minutes. A shorter distance covered in 6 minutes indicates worse physical ability, and then vice versa. And the SF-12 was used to measure functional health. It produces physical and mental component summary scores. Higher scores indicate a better functional health. Hospital anxiety and depression scale was used to evaluate depression and anxiety. And this scale was divided into 7-item subscales: anxiety, which is the HADSA, and depression, the HADSD subscales. And spiritual well-being was assessed by the spirituality scale, a subscale of the body, mind, spirit, well-being inventory. It contains positive and negative questions to assess an individual's core values, philosophy, and meaning of life, and 3 aspects, which are tranquility, resistance to disorientation, and resilience. After the study, it was found that there was significant improvements in physical ability, functional health, balance, functional reach, depression, as well as spiritual well-being. Another article that I found was entitled Medical Qigong for Mobility and Balance, Self-Confidence in Older Adults, which was published recently in 2020. So in the article, it was addressed that multiple factors could lead to increased fall risk, including impaired balance, polypharmacy, which is the use of multiple prescribed medications, and history of previous falls. Some intrinsic factors for falls could be muscle weakness, gait and balance issues, and a fear of falling. Additionally, it was reported that medical Qigong has been shown to improve balance, gait, and health self-confidence, which are all factors associated with falling. As for the intervention, it was a 1-hour Qigong session once a week, which included a progressive series of 10 Qigong forms for 12 weeks. The subjects completed the evaluations at 3 points during the study. So prior to starting the classes, 1 month after starting the classes, and following the completion of the 12 weeks of the classes. The assessments consisted of community balance and mobility scale, and the activity-specific balance confidence. So the community balance and mobility scale is a performance-based measure designed to evaluate balance and mobility in ambulatory individuals in the community setting. The instrument consists of 13 items using a 6-point rating scale. So 6 of the items are performed on both right and left sides, bringing the item total to 19 tasks. And possible scores range from 0 to 96, and the higher scores that an individual has, it indicates better balance and mobility. The activities specific balance confidence scale was designed to assess the balance confidence among older adults. It is a validated self-reported psychometric instrument that consists of 16 items that are rated on a scale from 0 to 100% regarding degree of confidence associated with a particular activity. So after the data was collected, it was indicated that about a third of the participants experienced a fall in the past year, which makes them a very important population to study. It was also shown that participants had both statistically and clinically significant improvements in balance, mobility, and health confidence. Overall, Qigong contains a multitude of beneficial health and mental outcomes. One application of Qigong in regards to society is the benefits it contains on balance and gait, which in turn could reduce the amount of falls. It was noted that in 2015, the cost of fatal falls was around 745 million, which is a lot of money, and it's only expected to increase unless major public health interventions are implemented. Moreover, the National Council on Aging promotes balance focused exercises for older adults, and Qigong can be implemented in the regimen due to not being too strenuous and the positive effects that it contains. As for the connection to class, we have discussed the Nagy model and the pathway from inactivity to disability. Qigong can be used as a means to mitigate the likelihood of impairment through engaging in physical activity and compressing disability. We have also discussed the concept of making older adults a jack or Jill of all trades by diversifying their exercise routine and making it multimodal. So an older adult could use Qigong as a mode of exercise in order to enhance their posture and breathing to promote strength, flexibility, mindful awareness, and many more facets. So thank you for listening to my presentation, and here are my references.